Good evening, all of you. Good evening, Maliram, Sushri, Atish, Aditya. Divyanshi, Archita. Okay, the basic question that a teacher has been asking in this phase of online sessions. Is my voice audible to all of you? Is my voice audible to all? Good evening, all of you. Good evening, Athar, Saswati, Girisha, Ayush, Shriyanshu. Okay, just I need one confirmation from you. Is it echoing? Is there an echo in my voice? No? It's clear? Fine. Okay. So good evening, all of you. Once again, welcome back to the regular session of tenses that we have been conducting for the last almost 1 month. And it's already 2 months that I have been coming live every Sunday at 8 p.m. And the only reason why I come live is I feel very excited when I see all of you coming in, texting, saying hi, replying, learning something. I feel that this 1 hour that I invest is worth, I think it's worth than anything else that I do throughout the week. Yes, Habiba, good evening. Nikhil, you have written no. Can you please give me a clear idea of what do you mean by no? Okay, Ayush Mohanty, good evening. Super Sayan Vines, good evening. Pushpak, ma'am, we also remain excited, ma'am, yes. And Sunday means I have this thing in my mind right from the morning that I have to finish up all my work so that I can completely devote myself, my energy, my excitement to this 1 hour session. Now, as you all very well know that today we will be discussing about present perfect continuous tense. We have already covered simple present, present continuous, present perfect. This is the 4th part of present tense and the last part of present tense. So after this, we have 2 more parts to be discussed. One is past and the other one is future time. So today, okay. So today, yes, I will be discussing. Okay, fine. Thank you so much for the compliments. So today we will be discussing about present perfect continuous tense, and the best example that I have for all of you is it's visible? Yes. I have been, just give me a confirmation if the board is visible to all of you. I have been attending, no, not attending. Yes, I have been attending live sessions I hope the board is clear. Okay. Now, let me tell you one thing. I may skip some of your messages because if I concentrate reading your messages, I forget what to write on the board. So I will better concentrate on this, and then I will come back to your chats. Okay. I have been attending live sessions on YouTube. This is perhaps the best example I can give for present perfect continuous tense as far as the sessions are concerned. Now, look at the structure. As I have always said that structure, you will get structures everywhere. Wherever you go to any website, you go to any book, you get structure everywhere. But what you need is, you need to understand the usage. ये जो structure है, इसे हम day to day conversation में या फिर अगर कुछ लिखते हैं तो उसको क्यों इस स्ट्रक्चर को हम यूज करेंगे, कौन सा वो सिचुएशन है जहां पे प्रेजेंट परफेक्ट कंटीन्यूअस टेंस को हम यूज करेंगे. नाउ लुक एट द स्ट्रक्चर. फर्स्ट गोज योर सब्जेक्ट, then is your have, has plus been plus ing. Yes, it's subject, have, has plus been plus ing. This is the, I can say, the concrete structure of present perfect continuous. What we do is have, again just a quick revision, have is used for I, we, you, they, or plural. I know most of you know this. Is it visible? No, it's not visible. Most of you already know this, and in fact you have to remember this. There's no option, you have to remember this. Have is, yeah, it's visible. I, we, you, they are plural, and has is used for he, she, it, and singular subject. Good evening. Yes, good evening. Yes. Okay. Now see, have is used with these subjects and has is used with these subjects. This is just again a quick revision of what you have read in the previous classes. With that, we use this being. ये being जो है ये structure में रहेगा हमेशा. जब भी आप present perfect continuous tense के structures बनाते हो, उसमें being जरूरी है. उसके बाद हम use करेंगे ing. If you remember, I told you, I guess last class, that ing is also called present participle. V3 is called past participle. ing is called present participle. So what we do, subject, फिर have has में choose करना है, subject को depend करके फिर be plus ing add करेंगे. उसके बाद आ गया आपका rest part of the sentence. That gives you the complete structure of present perfect continuous tense. Now, it's as simple as this, right? So now, I want, Athar, might be some issues at your end. I think my voice is clear. Okay, now my question to all of you is, think of a sentence. Quick sentence, think of a sentence and put it in this structure. Frame a sentence using this structure. I sometimes, actually it's difficult to read from there, so I need to read it from here. Thanks, Suryakant. He has been talking to me for hours. Okay. Now here, Sanvi Agarwal, you have written, he has been talking to him. He has been talking to him for hours. I'll be telling you. जी ये जो 4 hours है, ये 4 hours जो time element हम add करते हैं present perfect continuous में, ये कितना जरूरी है? Do we always need to use this time structure? That is what we will be discussing today. I have a learning dance since 2nd standard. Has been taking online classes. She has been I have been attending online classes since morning. Okay. He has been prescribing a doctor. Saswati, your sentence is, I have been working with TCS. Yes, Maliram, correct. My mom has been cooking food for half an hour. We have been playing cricket. She has been making delicious food. Okay. Structure का मतलब क्या है? The meaning of the structure is, let's say this is like this. Okay. Let's say this is past. ये है आपका present. और ये है future. Now future is something which is uncertain. हम future के बारे में कुछ नहीं बोल सकते हैं. It is uncertain. I have been living in Qatar since 2016. Yes, Aditya, right. Correct sentence. Okay. This future is uncertain. Now present perfect continuous. We need to concentrate this part. This structure means कोई action जो past में start हुआ था और अभी भी continuous चल रहा है, and the action is still continuous in present. See, the action is continuing. It started in past. Action started in past. And the action is continuing and the action is still in present. But so many situations are right now. I can say it has been raining since 3 o'clock because here in our place, it has been raining since afternoon, right? So, afternoon se barish shuru hua and it is still continuing, the action is still continuing in present. But we do not have any idea about future. I'm not making any, the statement or the structure is not talking anything about future. The statement is only saying that the action started in past and it is continuing till present. I have been living in Cuttack since my birth. So it's since my birth means I am specifying a time. So this is what is the meaning of the structure. Fine, I have not seen the sentences. Yes, Sani, we have been waiting for an anti-COVID vaccine for months. There is an error, Nikhil, in your sentence. I'll come back to it. I will explain that because I do not want to jump from this to that. Sarat Chandra, I think Himanshu, your sentence time element you have used wrong. I told you to frame simple sentences because I have not yet told you how to add time elements. So that's where you have done wrong. No, Ria, that isn't correct. My sentence is correct. I cannot see your sentence. Where's your sentence? Anyway. I have been going to drink a glass of water. No, I had been. No. Whoever it is, I think Dilip Biswar. I had been. आपने had used किया है. Look at the structure. What have I written? I have written have or has. अब have has structure लिखा है and you will add had. और फिर आप पूछोगे सही है या नहीं. So it's have or has, not had. We are not talking about past. We are still in present. We are talking about the present tense. And we have and has. Yes, Amrita, I'll come back to it. I have that in my list of agenda. I have made a list of it. I have a list what to be covered, and I'll come to that part where I'll discuss about for and since, which is very, very important in present perfect continuous. And most of them are making mistakes in for and since. I do not want to correct your sentences because I have not yet discussed that part. Fine, this particular portion is clear, I think. Action past में शुरू हुआ था और अभी भी present में action जो action past में शुरू हुआ था अभी भी present में वो action continue हो रहा है. I have been teaching English. That means I started teaching English in the past and I'm still continuing. I'm doing the same profession. So again, that goes under present perfect continuous. We have been staying at home. We started staying at home since March due to the infection and we are still staying. So these are some of the sentences in present perfect continuous. Before I go to for and since part, I have one question for all of you. You have been working for a long time. You have been working for a long time. Now, this is a declarative sentence. Your task is you will change it to negative. Next is you will change it into yes, no question. Next is you will change it into WH question. Quickly finish it so that we can move on to the next part. What is this, Nikhil? Please say what's the error. I told you, Nikhil, when I'll discuss since and for, I'll tell you what is the error. See, if I try to understand, हर चीज step by step होता है. अभी इसको छोड़ के if I start explaining that one, then I will forget this one. So it's not, you need not be in a hurry. We are here for 1 hour and I'll be covering everything. I can't leave this and jump into that. So have patience. If you want to know what is the error in your sentence, have patience, stay connected with me till 9 o'clock. You will come to know what are the errors. Okay, have you been working for a long time? Yes. Right. Let me underline this one. Yes. Habiba, I have underlined the word for WH question word. For the WH question part. I'll come to it, Pushpak. That is also there. First, I want this answer. I'll come to all the questions that you have asked. You haven't been working for a long time, Ayush, correct? Haven't you been working for a long time? Shreyanshu, question mark kahan hai? Have you been working for a long time? Subhashish, question mark. What have you been doing for a long time? Yes, correct. You are not working. Sanvi Agarwal, we are not discussing present continuous. We are discussing present perfect continuous. Aar kahan se aa gaya, Sanvi? Sanvi Agarwal, no. You have written you are not working. That is present continuous. We are discussing present perfect continuous. Have you been working for a long time? Question mark. What have you been doing for a long time? Yeah, okay. If not working, you have not been working for a long time. Have you been working for a long time? What have you been doing for a long time? Saswati, you have written you have been not. No, placing of not. I'm writing the answers because some of you have written the answers incorrect. Especially the students who are of junior classes, I'm very happy because I have students from class 4, from class 5, from class 6, as well as I have students who are preparing for various competitive exams. I have students who are working professionals. I have a student here right now who is a working professional in PCS. I'm very grateful that you all are taking out time in attending this session. So as this, it's heterogeneous batch, mixture hai sare group ka. So I'll be writing the answers. Please correct your answers by looking at the board. Now the negative is you have not been, it's visible I guess, you have not been working for a long time. Saswati, your mistake is You have placed not here. आपने यहाँ पे not डाला है, which is incorrect. You need to place not. You have not been. Not is placed in between have or has and be. Right? Okay. Coming to the yes/no question. Have you? अच्छा, the rule for yes no question is simple. जो helping verb है आपको उसे identify करना है और उसको beginning में लेके जाना है. That's it. Have you been working for a long time? Question mark. WH. Now WH question के लिए it's very good Habiba, thanks for reminding me. Underline word जरूरी है. ये underline word को देख के ही आपको पता चलेगा कि कौन सा WH word डालना है. Yes, Nikhil, I agree with you. Do not send your answers again and again. Atish and Somendra, it actually the other messages gets hidden up. Even if you send it 100 times also, when I am teaching and looking at the board, I cannot read your messages. So do not send it time and again. Yes, WH question word as it is, you need the underline part. ये underline part से आपको पता चलेगा कि कौन सा WH word आपको use करना है. So in that case, as working is given, working means what should be the question? क्या कर रहे थे इतने देर तक? So what have you been doing for a long time? What have you been doing for a long time? Somendra, you have written where have you been working? यहाँ पे कहाँ पे place है? Place is not mentioned, then why will you add where? Where is used when they are talking about the place. No place has been mentioned and you have written where. No, the WH question, most of you have done it wrong. You can check it. What have you been doing for a long time? Because I have underlined working. It's like the situation is like this. Your mother gave you some task and she came back, she went to the market. She comes back after 2 hours and she says, "Arey, why is it not done? What have you been doing for a long time? What have you been doing?" Then you can reply, "I have been working for a long time. I was not sitting idle. I have been working." I think my video is clear. There's a little boy in the class who has been texting me that the video isn't clear. Coming to the next part of the question, yes, Pushpak Das, please pay attention. It was your doubt that you had asked. What's the difference between present perfect and present perfect continuous? What's the difference between present perfect and present perfect continuous? Can anyone tell me what's the difference between them? Okay, I'll come to it. Yes. Thanks, Srilagna, for the confirmation. Now, the difference between them, present perfect means action started in past. If you remember last class we discussed action started in past and it is just over. So it's like action started in past. Past में कोई action हुआ था, and the effect is felt in present. Action that happened in past, the the effect is felt in present. Please pay attention. Past में एक action हुआ था, उसका effect आप present में feel कर रहे हो. वो action अभी present में continue नहीं हो रहा है. That is present perfect. But present perfect continuous means action started in past and it is continuing till present. That is what is this difference, and the easiest way to understand instead of mugging up from any books. You can simply remember that present perfect means action started in past. I mean action that happened in past. It is over. Uska effect kya hai? For example, I have I gave an example last time also. I have eaten my lunch. That means the action of eating is over. Effect is in present. What is the effect? The effect is my stomach is full. But here it means action past में start हुआ था और वो अभी भी continuously हो रहा है. Past में start हुआ था and it is continuously happening in present. I hope Pushpa it is clear. And the rest differences you can understand that the rest differences are difference in structure. That's what difference in structure, because in present perfect it is have has plus V3, present perfect continuous it is have has plus been plus ing. Okay. Is it clear till now? Then we'll move on to for and since part. Okay, for and since part. Now, I always tell the students that there are certain keywords, there are certain tricks to understand. Now, see, tense is an integral part of the board exams now. Not only board exams, from right from your childhood till class 12, तो tense तो है ही है CBSE में. तो जब क्वेश्चंस आता है तो आप कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करोगे कि ये कौन सा टेंस है? अगर ये प्रेजेंट कंटीन्यूअस टेंस है तो आप आइडेंटिफाई कैसे करोगे कि ये प्रेजेंट कंटीन्यूअस tense hai. So how will you identify? For identifying, the most common words are for and since, and there is a difference between for and since. What is the difference? See, for is used for the total number of periods, the total period, and since is used for starting point. I will explain it. And since is used for starting point. Now, giving you a very simple example. I have been taking classes on YouTube since 14th June. I started taking classes on YouTube from 14th June. So that is, sorry, since, I'm so sorry, since 14th June, yes. To your classes since good morning, okay. So I have been taking classes on YouTube since 14th June, and another sentence is I have been taking classes, I hope it's visible, on YouTube for 2 months. Now look at the difference. Look at the difference. The difference is like this. Yes, Nikhil and Adyan, stop sending all these emoticons. It's difficult for me to read the answers. Okay, now see over here, since 14 June means starting point. कब से start हुआ है? Exactly कब start हुआ? 14 June. So I have written since 14 June. But if I will calculate the total duration, then I will write down for 2 months, because from 14 June to 16th August, it is almost 2 months and 2 days. So I have written here for 2 months. Remember it, for के बाद total count करके जो duration आता है उसको लिखना है. Since में आपका जो starting point होता है उसको लिखना है. For example, it has been raining since afternoon. Please pay attention to my words. It has been raining since afternoon. Afternoon is the starting point. Otherwise, it has been raining for 3 hours. 3 hours means the collective. Kitna time ke liye? What is the total duration? 3 hours. So for 3 hours, we use for. Starting point, we use since. For example, I have been living in this house since 2019. Since 2019. So it's 1 year. 2019 is the starting point. That is the reason I have used since. अगर मैं उसको period पे convert करूँ, it will become 1 year. So it will become, I have been living in this house for 1 year. I hope it is clear to all of you. Ma'am, are, since and for using perfect continuous tenses only? It is used for continuous tenses like mostly for present perfect continuous tense. Because for had been, for past perfect continuous, we mostly do not add this time element. And yes, let me tell you one thing. It is not mandatory that you have to add for or since. Because when I asked you to frame question, मैंने जब आप लोगों को question frame करने के लिए बोला था beginning में, everybody started writing for or since. जरूरी नहीं है, without for or since भी sentence present perfect continuous होता है. जरूरी नहीं कि आपको for और since उसमें जबरदस्ती add करना है. बिना for और since के भी sentence correct है. For since नहीं है मतलब आपने sentence में time add नहीं किया है. That's it. It has been raining is a complete sentence. I have been living, complete sentence. If I want, I will add a time element. Either I'll write for, or I'll write since, or I can write down from also. If it's clear, now I have, yes, you can also use from. That's what I just said. You can also use from. But the most appropriate words are for and since. Right? Now I have a quick test for all of you. A quick test to know whether you've understood about for and since. Now be careful while answering because your numbering should be also correct. Fill with for or since. Number 1. I hope it's visible. Yeah. I hope it's visible. Done. Now your task is, now let me tell you, this is dash my childhood. There is no space over there. So this is dash my childhood. Now you have got 7 blanks over here, 4 here, 3 here. You have to write down 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you need to write down for or since. Somendra, you have been sending the same answer again and again. Pratyusha Satpati, welcome to the class. Okay, I've got some responses. Srilagna, Sushri, Aditya Raut. Yes, I'm seeing all the answers, Aditya. But the thing is, it's difficult to reciprocate. I am going through all the answers and I'll be telling the right answers shortly. Okay, I'll come back to the right answer. 2 months. 2 months क्या है? Total period है या starting point है? It is the total accumulated period. So it is 4. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock एक starting point है. Like I have been studying since 4 o'clock. I am tired. I have been studying since 4 o'clock. Starting point. Since. 5 days. 5 days is an accumulation of time period. For 5 days, I have been working on the office project for 5 days. Monday से शुरू हुआ. So it has been again the same sentence is coming to my mind. I have been traveling since Monday because it is the starting point. Childhood, my childhood. Now my childhood means starting from my childhood for 10 years. Total duration for starting point. So April. Since April. I hope you can get your answers checked, and yes, single answer, Sanvi, it's difficult to understand which answer is for what. You can check your answers. Himanshu, you can check your answers from the board. Yes, that's the starting period. Okay. Now coming to the next part, that is last week. Is it for last week or is it since last week? Is it for last week or is it since last week? For, since, last week. Which is correct? Which one is correct? Since. Okay, I'm getting so many replies, but then I'll come to the answer. Okay. Yes. I don't understand why is he writing like this. Okay, and you coming to this technically it's for, but for hearing satisfaction it's since. No, the thing is, it is when you are using last week, it is since last week is correct. For last week is also correct, but it should be for the last week. That's the only difference. Yes, Amrita, both are correct, but then with for we use the. It should be for the last week, and it should be since last week. The meaning remains same. Last week means starting point. If I say last week means today is Sunday, I am pointing at the Monday which is gone. Since last week means since Monday, it has been happening. I have been suffering from fever since last week. When I say last week means like 7 days back when the last week started, right? So it is since Monday I have been suffering from fever. Now for the last week means this is actually talking about a total period of 7 days. A total period for the last week, right? Same sentence, Palak, it is same sentence. It is like for the last week. I have been working on my school project for the last week. It is for the last 2 weeks. Even if it is weeks also, we use the Pratyusha Satpati. It is for the last 2 weeks. For the last 2 weeks. Is it clear? Okay, fine. So I hope you have understood this. Now let me make one thing very clear. ये continuous tense है. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि कोई भी verb को कहीं से भी खींच के डालकर you will say अरे continuous है तो ing हो गया. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है. Try to understand कोई भी sentence जब continuous होता है तो उसमें जो verb हम add करते हैं that should be a verb that should show action. Like I'll give you one sentence. Technically, see, we are all human beings. We have that thought process, so we cannot be so mechanical कि हाँ structure ये है तो कोई भी verb लाके डाल दिया हो गया. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. You have to understand what the sentence conveys. Like I'll give you an example. The baby has been falling on the ground. First of all, tell me, is this sentence a correct sentence? What do you think? Is it a correct sentence? No. Yes, it's not a correct sentence. Now, tell me why. Why do you feel this isn't a correct sentence? It's no, absolutely not. It's not a correct sentence. But why am I giving you this example is I have seen students कि मैम ने तो बताया have होगा, has होगा, फिर been होगा, उसके बाद ing होगा, तो वो लोग उसी structure में कोई भी verb लाके डाल देते हैं and they say that yes ma'am sentence तो present perfect continuous है. लेकिन क्या है, कौन सा चीज है यहाँ पे, क्या missing है यहाँ पे, क्या reason है कि ये sentence incorrect है? सुनने में भी odd है. The verb is not correct. Okay, how can a boy fall in ground? Physics. Okay, how can a boy fall? No, he's sitting on the bed. From bed, the child fell on the ground. That's what the sentence conveys. A baby cannot fall continuously. Correct. This action is not a continuous action. That is what I'm trying to understand. Continuous action. तो थोड़ा सा तो लॉजिक होना है. You need to have that logic to understand कि continuous कौन सा हो सकता है. यहाँ पे action continuous नहीं हो सकता है. Now you will say बच्चा तो गिर रहा है. No, falling would take hardly a few seconds. So generally जो verb continuously action हो सकता है जिन verbs को लेकर, those verbs are used for continuous part. This kind of sentence can be simply said, the baby has fallen. That means action is over and the effect is the baby is lying on the ground. That's it. Believe me, you would laugh by reading these kind of sentences, but believe me, I read these kind of sentences when I correct copies, and at that time I feel so pity on the students that all tenses cannot be continuous like this. So for that also you need to understand that where to put the continuous tense and where to put the perfect tense. Here the sentence demands a present perfect tense or a simple past tense, not the present perfect continuous tense. For present perfect continuous tense, there are certain verbs, जैसे living, suffering, raining, doing, working. ये जो action verbs है, these verbs are only used. I hope it is pretty clear to all of you. There's nothing more to discuss about the structure. Only the last thing that I shall do is I'll give you one more word. Sorry, I'll give you one more sentence to convert. That's it. I'll be giving you one more sentence to convert. That's it. Otherwise, there's nothing much to discuss about this. Rather, the one of the challenges that we have is simple past tense, which we'll be doing next class. Simple past tense is a huge one, as same as simple present. क्योंकि simple past का जो question yes no question होता है, WH question होता है, those are pretty different from the rest structures. Simple past may take some time, but this is almost over. The last question to all of you is, I'm using the subject physics because I found many of you are writing the subject physics in the class. So perhaps physics is all of yours favorite subject. I have been studying physics since morning. The first thing that you will do, you will change it into negative. Second thing you will do is you will change into a yes no question. Third is you will change it into a WH question. And for the WH question, your underlined one is physics. Okay, your favorite subject is physics, yes. Okay, congratulations, because I don't like physics at all. I mean, in fact, physics is, I find pretty difficult. Okay, I want these three answers. I have not been studying physics since morning. Okay, correct. Have you been studying physics since morning? Correct. Divyanshi, Sanvi, right answer. Okay, Habiba. Habiba always all the answers at a time in sense. That's a very good thing. I haven't been studying physics since the morning. Since the morning, no need of writing morning. No, don't write morning. If you write morning, again the sentence becomes incorrect. So don't add morning. The. Have you been studying physics since morning? What have you been studying since the morning? What have you been? Yes. Only remove the. My head is coming in between. Okay, in between the question. Fine. Have you been studying physics since morning? You have not been studying physics since morning. What have you been studying since morning? Okay, question mark. No, Suraj, we can't start like this. Since morning को beginning में लाके sentence start नहीं हो सकता है. It is incorrect. Ayush Monti, where is have? Your have is missing. Okay, fine. Lot of answers I've got, and yes, I will be quickly writing down the correct answers. I have not been studying physics since morning. I'm not writing it complete because there's no space. Yes, no. Have you been studying physics? Question mark. WH, physics is underlined, so what have you been studying since morning? Now, yes, a sincere request for all of you. Agar yahan pe what have you been you're writing, now don't add physics over here. I've seen students writing like this. What have you been studying physics since morning? They completely copy the sentence. No, this is underlined means this is the answer. So you did not repeat this. You are writing what. So what have you been studying since morning? Right, okay. May I know who is Dilip Ponda over here? I have been seeing he has been texting. So may I know who has joined on behalf of Dilip Ponda? Because many of my students, they join from their parents' ID. So is it clear till now? Okay, fine, Atish. Now I hope you all have checked your answers. I have already put question marks. It's not visible because it's going out of the board. Fine. Now my one more question for all of you is, how many of you all want to improve your English writing skills? Just write down yes if you are interested to improve your writing skills. Do you feel writing is important? अरे आजकल के ज़माने में WhatsApp है, Facebook है, आप टाइप करो, सब कुछ तो शॉर्ट में लिखते हो. Then what is the need of writing, developing your writing skills? Do you feel it is necessary to improve your writing skills? Okay, Padmini, yes, it's important. Okay, fine. So if you want, अच्छा यश को तो email ही लिखना है, बस इसको तो सिर्फ email भेजना है. Okay, now let me tell you, whatever profession you choose, चाहे आप इंजीनियर बनो, मशीन्स के साथ आप डील करो, या फिर आप डॉक्टर बनो. अच्छा, डॉक्टर के तो फिर हैंडराइटिंग बहुत खराब होता है. तो anyway, whatever profession you choose, writing is one of the important skills, I will not say the only important skills, because the most important skill is speaking. Writing is one of the important skills, and to write you need to have good words. अगर आपके पास words नहीं है, then how will you write? सिर्फ वर्ड्स नहीं, आपको वर्ड्स चाहिए, आपको सही स्ट्रक्चर चाहिए. सिर्फ वर्ड है, लेकिन वर्ड को सेंटेंस में कहाँ डालना है, कैसे डालना है, that is also important. And I have seen most of you all, after writing, you come and say, "Ma'am, I have not got marks. My teacher has not given me marks." Now that is the reason, because you don't have that perfectness in writing. You have not used the right word. You have not framed the correct sentence. So no point in crying, yelling, shouting, and then asking for marks. So what you have to do is you need to go it and do it step by step. I'll just take 5 more minutes to wind up the session. You need to go step by step. First, you have to acquire words. आपके पास अच्छे words होने चाहिए. Second, आपको उसको sentence में डालना है. ठीक है? And I have been doing it for the last 1 week. Some of my students have participated also, and I'm very glad for them. I have been giving a new word every day in the morning, 8 a.m. I have seen a very few students taking interest. Go through the words, frame sentences. Nothing is achieved overnight. Don't think that okay, overnight मुझे बैंकिंग के लिए प्रिपेयर करना है, मुझे आईएएस के लिए प्रिपेयर करना है, मुझे आईपीएस के लिए प्रिपेयर करना है. I will work it overnight. Nothing you will achieve overnight. Trust me. At that time, it will be too late for you to improve. You can improve, but then the amount of hard work you need to put at that time is much more than what others have to put. So that is the reason. Go through the words every day. You just need 2 minutes to read. Go through the words. Not even 2 minutes. It's hardly 1 minute to go through the words, and 1 minute to frame sentences. I hope you all, whoever are present in the class. Pushpakdas, you want to become an English trainer? Okay, fine. So thank God I will have somebody to assist me in my old days. Okay. So coming back to the point, you are getting one new word every day from Monday to Friday. It takes just 1 minute to go through the word and 1 minute to frame the sentence. Frame the sentence and I'll definitely reply you back. So this is all I wanted to say. And yes, you have many other videos on grammar, videos on spoken English. Go through them. If you really feel that English is something which is very important in today's scenario. It's not that I am advocating for a language which is foreign, but this is what is the reality, right? So with this, we will end the class and see you again in the next class, that is on Sunday at 8 p.m. and the structure to be done will be past tense. It is past tense. So with this, I end the session now. Yes, I give interesting words means actually I try to pick out some words which will be valuable. Otherwise, it becomes sometimes dull and boring. There's so many words in English. So I pick out the easy ones. And you guys make sure to subscribe and like the video. Yes, I hope all of them have subscribed. If somebody is new, do subscribe the channel and like the videos. Watch all the other videos. That's what I want more. Please watch the other videos. This channel is not only for live sessions, because a time may come when I might not come live, right? So all you have to do is you have to rely on the videos. So go through the videos, right? Okay. So take very good care of yourself and good night to all of you. Yes, फिर मिलेंगे अगले हफ्ते रविवार रात 8 बजे. Okay. Chalo, bye-bye. With past tense. We'll start with simple past. Bye-bye. And good night to all of you.